What is up, Kirby family? It's just me once again. But I am doing a requested Q&A because I am now reaching the end of, well, third trimester, but pregnancy in general. So, as requested, I have put up a Q&A on my Instagram story. So, if you aren't already following my Instagram, that's where I do everything. So go ahead and follow me and just pay attention to stories, because if you want to participate, that's where I do it. By the time you guys are watching this, I'll be just about 37 weeks, which is when Braden's mom had him. So Braden came 3 weeks early. He came at 37 weeks. So that's really crazy for me to think about. So he could come like in a week. Like, it's just crazy to me. Oop. Okay, first one. What is your guess of when he is coming? So I used to think that he was gonna come a couple days late. I thought like he was gonna come like the 13th or 14th or something, because he's due the 11th. But now that I'm like kind of experiencing the end, I don't know, I don't know for sure. I feel like he's already dropped. I feel like he's already there, like just ready to go. So now I have a feeling he's gonna come early. So we'll see. My family is gone the first weekend of September. Braden's family's gone the second, and so it's like we don't want him to come while someone's gone. If he does, it's not the end of the world. But I don't know. I feel like he's gonna come early. I came right on time. I think I was a day late, and Braden came 3 weeks early. So it could be any day. Have you been dealing with Braxton hicks? I think so. I don't really know, because I know Braxton hicks aren't painful. I know they're just kind of like your stomach just really tightens for a couple seconds and then goes back to normal. And I have had those moments when it gets really tight, but then he like shifts and it goes back to normal, so it feels like it's only tight because he's shifting. But maybe he's moving because there's a Braxton hick. I don't know. But I have felt the tightness, so I'm pretty positive it's Braxton hicks. What is one thing you would have changed this pregnancy? To not be a nanny. I don't know why I put myself through this. I figured it wouldn't be as difficult as it is, but I'm a nanny to 5 crazy kids. Like, they have lots of energy towards me, towards each other, towards life in general. I will never ever be a nanny when pregnant again. So if you're pregnant, don't be a nanny. That's just, it is too much for my body. I'm too exhausted by the end of the day. What was something people told you would happen but ended up not happening? I feel like quite a few things, just because I feel like, I've said this a million times, I feel like I've lucked out with a pretty, not easy pregnancy for sure, not easy, but compared to some, a lot easier. Like, I haven't dealt with heartburn. Everyone was warning me about heartburn. I think I had it one time and it wasn't even bad. I haven't had sleep deprivation or had a hard time falling or staying asleep. The only times I wake up, like they say you to wake up a million times to go pee. I wake up once, lately twice, to go pee in the middle of the night, but no more than twice. Never more than twice. I do wake up throughout the night just to shift, because my body gets really sore if I spend more than like an hour or two sleeping on one side. Then I wake up to shift to the other side, and the shifting takes time. But that's the only reasons I wake up. But yeah, and then obviously I was told I'd get super sick, and I didn't. But yeah, it's just little things like that. What's your birth plan? I don't really have anything set in stone. I think the only thing that I know for sure with me is that I know I want an epidural, but I'm not like I want the epidural when I get there. I want an epidural right when I get in there. I want to see and last as long as possible before I get one, just because I know that once you get the epidural, you're pretty much bedridden. You have to stay in the bed because you have a epidural in your back. And I know that it's better to progress by walking and moving and constantly shifting. The class that I took, like it was like a Lamaze birthing class, she reminded us that the beds are for sick people, and you're not a sick person, you are a well person. You want to be out of the bed, you want to be moving. Your body naturally adjusts more and better and quicker, and just the progression happens quicker if your body's moving and shifting, and you can't do that in bed with an epidural. So now, with that being said, I know my body and I know me and I know my pain tolerance is bupkis. So odds are I won't be able to last very long with that one, which is crappy, but I do want to last as long as possible without an epidural so that I'm not in bed the whole time. And my mom, I know, her progression just like stopped. Every time she got the epidural, she just stopped progressing, and so it's like, I just don't want to get to that point. I want fastest labor possible, like everyone else wants. What's been the hardest trimester? This one, the 3rd trimester. I know most people say the first, but the first trimester is just so exciting. Everything's so new. Like finding out you're pregnant, telling people you're pregnant, announcing to the world, like all that stuff is just so fun and exciting. The 2nd trimester is just the bliss trimester. 3rd trimester is when it's gotten so hard for me, and a big part of that I think is my job, but it's just I'm always more exhausted than I've ever been in my entire life. Like, it's not like sleep deprivation exhaustion, it's like my body doesn't want to do anything. I've had the worst pelvic pain, so walking, I really do waddle like a duck or a penguin, because pelvic pain is real, man, and it is painful. The first time it hit me, I literally didn't do anything that day, and I just wanted to cry because I couldn't walk. Now I suck it up and I walk around, but I feel like my emotions are a lot more everywhere. I literally cried the other day because we went to a concert and they made me dump out my water instead of bringing it in, and it made me like tear up, and I just didn't even know why. Granted, that was just a rough day, and so that just was like icing on the cake, but like my emotions are just everywhere. I get sad a lot quicker, I get angry a lot quicker. I don't know, I just feel like I'm just in pain, I'm tired. As much as I love feeling his move, like the movements are a lot more strong, and it's like the excitement of everything coming, it's been the hardest trimester 100%. You feel ready for birth? How are you prepping? No, I don't think I will ever feel ready, and I don't understand people who are just like ready to give birth. Like, I get it, you're just done being pregnant. I'm just not to that point. As hard as the 3rd, my gosh, trimester has been, I'm not to the point where I would rather be in pain giving birth than pregnant. I love being pregnant, so it's like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to that point where I'm just ready to go give birth. I'm terrified to give birth, but prepping wise, I haven't been doing a lot. I used to be really good at doing like stretches. I've been really bad at that, not gonna lie. I keep forgetting, or I go to bed way earlier and just forget. I have been starting to eat dates. I've heard 6 dates a day. I've been eating 4 just because I'm cheap and want to make them last longer. So I eat 4 dates a day. Just recently started this, and just recently I've also started drinking raspberry leaf tea every morning. I have iced raspberry leaf tea. I don't know what that's supposed to help. I've just been told by a whole bunch of people to do it. What's been the best and worst part about being pregnant? I mean, the best, I just love being pregnant. I know you don't hear that from like anyone, but I really do. I've been dreaming of this my whole life, and just experiencing pregnancy. I've always wanted this, so I have truly loved all of it. Even the harder parts, I've loved it. The best parts have just been, I think, I don't know, seeing the progression of like my belly growing, of baby growing, like seeing him in the ultrasounds. I think like this past ultrasound we finally kind of can see what he's like looks like. Like, he really does look like Braden in his baby pictures, only he has my giant forehead, so you're welcome, child. But I don't know, I think just the progression of everything. And the hardest part of pregnancy definitely has been the fatigue of 3rd trimester, because holy crap guys, I'm not even joking, it's something else. I'm normally a go go go, I have to stay busy, I have to be doing something or I get super bored type person, and I have not been able to be that person this trimester, just because, or at least this past month, just because I just don't have the energy to do anything. Like outside of work, I don't do anything anymore just because I don't have the energy for it. So this is the last question on there. And am I going to be the godmother? You'll have to get in line and argue that with all of everyone else, because we have lots of people claiming that they're going to be the godparents. Now, are we actually gonna assign people? Probably not, but there are lots of you out there. Well, that was all the questions that you guys have sent in that weren't repeats of some sort. So thank you everyone who sent one in. I appreciate it. And I hope I answered your question if you sent one in. So thank you again. We love you guys. I think next week I'll be doing my hospital bag, because since I am guessing he's coming early, I feel the need to get that done. So this weekend I'm packing mine and baby's hospital bag, and I will video it and put that out of what I put in there, because I really have no idea. If any of you guys have any suggestions on what to put in my hospital bag, or just something I need to do in my 3rd trimester before he gets here, please comment them down below. I would so much appreciate, and I'm open to any and all advice you guys have to give. So I'm a very inexperienced person with all this, obviously, with this being my first, and I have no nieces and nephews, so I literally have no experience in any of this. But I hope you guys join for next week's video, and thank you for joining this week's video. So we love you, Kirby family, and we're so appreciative of all of you, and we hope to see you next week.